Alright everyone, welcome back to the first annual Dual Character Challenge. This is Zelgatus, and we have a real doozy in store for us today. More wasteful than painful, really, but painful too. The challenge, or the challenges are, you must use an X potion or elixir on Guardian every time he changes programs. You must see all of the programs, and you may only attack the Ultros program, which, well, to be quite honest, ran me out of elixirs very quickly. So the final battle is going to be a challenge to say the least. So I've kind of strategized in my mind where I'm going to go from here, because I'm not going to go farm X potions or elixirs or anything like that. So the name of the game here was basically Hunker Down. It was pretty much a matter of just trying to survive and weather all of Guardian's forms until he rolled around to Ultros. And in this case, he had to roll his entire program list 2.5 times. If you don't know how this battle works, basically Guardian rolls through a list of programs. It starts with his basic program, which is more or less just kind of your regular electrical and fire-based robot attacks, your atomic rays and tech lasers, as you can see. Then he goes into Ultros, which is stuff like Ink, Tentacle, and Entwine, which, as you can see here, completely sucks. And I spend the entire battle praying that Strago will die and that I can get a free pass on resurrecting him to get that slow status off of him. I deeply regret not giving him Marvel Shoes, but I have warped in and out of Kefka's tower like 10 times. There's no way in hell I'm going to do it again, because I still have to do it 2 more after this to get the other statues, which is really, really going to suck. As I said, there is Battle Program, or did I say that? Anyway, there's Battle Program, which, no I didn't. Sorry. There's Battle Program, which is basically, it's based on Datalumma. As you can see, he's got that Mithril Knife throw that hurts like a bastard. He's got Shockwave, which you'll recognize from Datalumma. The Tech Laser is entirely new. Datalumma used Safe, but you can see it's based on, just like Ultros never used Entwine. There is the Air Force program, which has Diffuser, Missile, and the Real Pain, which is Wave Cannon, and finally Atma, which really sucks because that has Flare Star, and Flare, and Meteo. So all of those are potentially deadly to the cast that I have here. Anyways, you can see I have run through quite a few of my elixirs and X potions, well, all of my X potions, and it honestly just gets worse from here. So here's the Wave Cannon I was talking about. It is not lethal to a party of my level, especially with Setzer having the Force Armor, and both equipping generally good stuff, and the Red Cap always helps, of course. But, as you can see, it's not nice. Guardian always cycles through the same way, so next I know Atma is coming, the Atma program is coming, and I'm coming into it in pretty good shape. I have full health. You know, the only problem is I'm running low on elixirs, and I do use a couple for myself in this battle just because it gets so ugly. So this Meteo actually could have killed me. If Setzer hadn't blocked that, obviously that would have been a death. And a couple of times here, I just barely avoid meeting a rather grim fate at the hands of the Atma program. So here, I mean, a flare would have killed me, but Guardian mercifully does not use it. And my strategy here is just keep Strago up so I can split that damage on the Flare Star. And unlike Air Force with the Wave Cannon Countdown and Atma, or Atma Weapon rather, with the Flare Star Countdown, you have absolutely no opportunity to get any actions in except for Defend, which does nothing. So you're really kind of in a fight for your life. And if you're not prepared right when that script goes into one of those two, you're done. It's game over. Which is surprisingly ruthless for a game like Final Fantasy III that generally takes the player's side. This entire battle is basically a struggle for me to get back to giving Strago his Magus Rod because of the 30% M block. It would make a difference, especially against stuff like Tech Laser that is hurting Strago. And as you can see here, I have seen all of Guardian's programs, so now I am attacking Ultros for the first time, and that is a terrible draw on the dice. So it's off to a bad start. And so it's a bad thing when Strago has to be my primary damage dealer in any fight, but this one especially, where I'm racing mostly against the clock more than against any sort of potential danger, although not to say it's not lurking. I'm just glad I never accidentally hit Exploder. Like, why would that be at the bottom? Why would that be at the bottom of the little list? Makes no goddamn sense. So, I am surprised. Strago is doing remarkably good damage with those Grand Trains, but honestly, Setzer has much higher potential, so I'm sorely disappointed when his draws don't come off. But again, that's a really good one. But we get right back to the basic program, and I have 2 more elixirs to throw on him. So that's 20,000 damage. He's definitely getting healed up, because I cannot touch him again until he goes through his entire script, which means Battle Program, Air Force, Atma, back to basic several times, and then finally back to Ultros. So this is going to be a long wait, and as you can see, things get kind of dangerous here. That there are so many things that Guardian can actually do that spell a guaranteed death for pretty much any party, much less this one. Case in point, here's the Mithril Knife, which knocks me down. And without any elixirs for my own party here, I'm kind of running on empty for a pretty long stretch. The only solace I have is that Tech Barrier doesn't do anything to my ability to damage Guardian. I know some people probably are pretty sore about Tech Barrier because, you know, that's safe and shell. That's 33% of your damage gone. And that was a really lucky block, because as you can see, I'm under 4 digits of health for both of my party members, and I'm honestly not sure at this point who I should try to keep standing. Setzer is under the effects of safe, shell, haste, and regen, but Strago's the one with the heal rod, so it's kind of a pick your poison situation. And again, that was a lucky block, and I get a few of those, and I think I'm about due for them. because the first time I did this battle, I got all the way through his script, and like right as I delivered or was about to deliver the fatal blow to Guardian, he rolled off of Ultros's battle program into something else, and I thought, you know, I've got to redo it now. You know, probably nobody was gonna beat me over the head for it. Well, maybe nobody was gonna beat me over the head for it, but it just, it was just such a crushing choke, because I knew I shouldn't have gone for it there at the last second, and I did, and I totally paid for it. I got impatient, and I was going to get out of the battle with something like 5 elixirs, which would have been incredible, because now clearly I have none, and I am potioning Guardian on every roll through, which even considering, you know, just using potions, rolling through his script, I'm giving him about 2,000 hit points back, which is not inconsequential. Again, this is the real dangerous one, and you can see I nearly bite it here. So Setzer's down. I have a slowed Strago, who is already the slowest character in the game, and I am just fighting for my life here. There are a couple places where it's really touch and go, especially considering, you know, Setzer's at low hit points, and physical damage is suddenly a very real threat. But if you consider how much health I have actually regened throughout this battle, Marvel Shoes are a fantastic relic that I really wish I had brought another of into. And so yes, again, Flare Star kills Setzer, although just barely. And again, I'm not sure what to do here, because Strago's about to die, but I don't know Guardian's Atma program well enough to know if he's not going to try for another flare before he rolls off of it, but he doesn't. And what am I doing? I'm down to 600 hit points for both. I'm throwing potions off, and yeah, Setzer and Strago are both getting the crap kicked out of them. It's only the basic script, but still, Atomic Ray could drop both of them if it goes off with them at 600 HP. And here's what I've been waiting for. It's time to close out the battle. Now I do try to throw Potion off onto it right away, and this is what happens when you've been drinking in the middle of a challenge that has kind of some complex or nuanced rules, and I throw a terrible draw of dice there. However, I immediately make up for it. And Strago, for whatever reason, and definitely the last time, is the MVP. So everyone, hats off to him. Everybody knew he was going to be good in this DCC, but I didn't know he was going to be clutch like that. So thanks for tuning in, and I'll catch you next time.